What's up, people? Welcome back. Hope you are all doing well. Happy Monday, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is. Thank you again for joining me. So the other day I went over my girlfriend's house and shot this moody bedroom scene. And no, it's not what you're thinking of. Sorry. So I shared these stills along with a diagram on Instagram and I got some pretty positive feedback. So I just wanted to dig a little bit deeper and just go over a little bit more in detail of how I lit the scene and all of the different aspects that kind of go into it. Alright, so the first scene here is my girlfriend looking at her phone while laying down on her bed at night. It's a medium shot, kind of center framed her. And one of the first things that we will notice here is the bottom right corner is getting a lot of illumination, a lot of light. And that is simply due to two different lighting sources. The first is a lamp that's on the table that's used as a practical, and the next thing that is helping motivate that light is a Nanlite Pavo tube, which is a 4-foot RGB light that is set to 2700 Kelvin, and that is helping motivate the lamp here, which is giving off that illumination on this side right here. And so when we switch scenes and going into the top down, you'll notice that there is a nice soft light splitting her face here, and her right side is getting a really nice soft warm tungsten look, and that's coming from the lamp and the Nanlite Pavo tube coming from the right side of frame. Alright, next thing you'll notice is most of the actual scene here is pretty much from here to the right. This over here is very dark and almost just completely black. Something that I would have done differently is taken the Nanlite mix panel, which I placed right over here, somewhere around here. I faced the wall, the back wall, and shined it so it would kind of illuminate this whole area, giving a better ambient light. Something I would have done differently was arranged it where I could have gotten some more kind of detail in the shadows over here. So that's something to consider for the next time, is just making sure that your ambient light is balanced throughout the whole entire frame. The mix panel that I used for the ambient light was set to 6500 Kelvin, which is a very cool color temperature. And that's giving off that kind of giving off that kind of cool blue color. So the last thing you'll notice here is this window right here, and it has that kind of bluish teal illumination. This was my interpretation on how I wanted to light this particular night scene. I know a lot of cinematographers have their own way, their own colors on how they see nighttime. For this one in particular, this is how I kind of wanted to shoot it. So I had an Aperture 300X, which is a very powerful bicolored light. I had the aperture Fresnel attachment on the front of the light. I set that to flood, which helped me not get that kind of spot hard light. I wanted this to be kind of softer, yet create more of like an ambient light. So the drapes here that you'll notice in front of the window cut down a bunch of the light, which help kind of create that soft illumination feel without having any sort of crazy light beams or anything, because at the end of the day, when you're shooting night, the moon is not a hard light source. It's very soft. It creates a lot of ambient light. So I wanted to match that perfectly with the aperture outside. So this is the second scene here. Essentially, it's the same lighting setup. The only thing I changed really was the distance of the Pavo tube on the left side, on the right side of her face, as well as just the camera angle. So first thing you'll notice is actually the camera angle. Obviously, it's not the same as last time. This one is more of an overhead shot. I wanted to show some detail in her face, as well as kind of just getting her to look into her phone a little bit and just kind of get that angle, as well as use the phone as some sort of foreground element. So as you can see here, I wanted to create a kind of darker, moodier look. So I made sure that there was a decent amount of shadow on the left side of her face. You could see that right around here a little bit, and maybe right around here. I'm not sure if you could see it that well, but it looks like there is still some illumination, and that is coming from the phone light, which I liked a lot because that made it more natural. What I really was going for in this one in particular was just this overall soft fall off and soft light coming on the left side of her face right here. And that is coming from, again, the tungsten lamp on the table, as well as the Nanlite Pavo tube. The one thing I did here was move it just a little bit closer to her face, just so I can get a little bit more of an illumination and The nightlight power tubes are soft already, so I didn't have to add any sort of other diffusion or anything along those lines. I just played with the angle a little bit, and I got this result here, which I'm really happy with, which is a soft fall off to kind of a darker shadow with a nice soft light on the right side of her face. Next thing you'll notice here is pretty much just her shirt, and her phone right here is pretty much the same color as the outside window light, and that pretty much is the reason why it is that color, is because it's being lit by that outside ambient light as well as the light from the mix panel inside, creating that ambient light. So both of those combined are illuminating the phone here to be that color, as well as her shirt over here on the left side. So hopefully you guys found value in this video, along with the other lighting breakdowns and cinematography breakdowns. It's something that I'm super passionate about, and something that I find that I can't stop practicing and just shooting. So hopefully you guys will continue to learn as much as I will continue to learn. So until next time, thank you so much. Have a great day.